Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is my PowerPoint. This is a second grade vocabulary Nearpod PowerPoint, and these are the standards that I have chosen, and they're all for the second grade about reading and strategies having to do with reading for the second grade classroom. And I did a poll on here. So I just did like vocabulary, like the meaning of words, and the kids can make a or decide what answer they would choose. And then what I would do with this is show them the poll and then see how many people chose the correct answer. And then whoever did not choose the correct answer, I would explain what the word means and why that answer is the correct answer. And then next, I did like a drawing activity where you would draw an example of the word float. So kids could draw like a boat or a balloon or just something fun. And then I did a quiz, and this is great to test their comprehension of the word. And I put some in there that are similar to the actual definition of the word, and then some that are very far off, just to see what they would choose. And then I did a video over vocabulary, and this is a fun website that I chose to do the video. It's Flocabulary, so it's all music about vocabulary, and then you can just click on that video. And then I did another quiz. I really enjoy this website because it really can test their comprehension, and you can also use this for actual assessments. Then I did another poll, and I think these are great to just kind of see where the students' thought process is. So this is a great website. I did another video on the Flocabulary. It's just great music and ways for them to remember vocabulary, and it's all second grade vocabulary. And then I did another draw, which is draw an example of what the word joy means. So they could draw anything that makes them happy, which is great. And then I did another video at the end. So then I'm going to show you my board game that I created. And I did second grade again, and these were the standards for this, and I did it on multiplication. And I did a board game. These were the game rules, so I would put the students into a group of 3, and then each student would be given a game piece to move across the game board, and the group of players would be given a dice to roll for each turn. And I entered pictures, and I tried to really make them understand by typing out exactly what they needed to do. And of course, being in a classroom, I would definitely explain this even further. And this is what it looks like, and these are the game questions. And then, just as the rules say, whichever number a student rolls on the dice will be, the answer to that will be how many places they move on the game board. But the number that they roll on the dice will be the number of the question they would use to find how many spaces they will move on the board. So, for example, if they rolled a 12, they would do 3 times 1, and then they would move 3 places on the board. This is a sample of what the boards would look like, and each group would get one. And here are the rules, and all students would get one of these. I would probably laminate them just so it's easier to play on, and I think this is a great way to practice multiplication and also have fun with it. And then here's a text that my students need to understand. I did my code of conduct, and the internet and networking paragraph here is geared more towards parents, and then also it would be something that I would read to my class and definitely explain further to them and have them ask questions. But I think this is very important for students to understand, just digital safety and etiquette to use. And here are the list of rules that I have for using computers in my classroom. And I definitely tried to make the rules simple so they would be able to understand it. So I can maybe make a poster out of the rules and post them somewhere in my classroom so they would be able to read it and see it and be able to understand it. And this whole paragraph is something that I would take and I would definitely explain that to them. I wouldn't expect them to read that and then them to just automatically understand it. And it's also something geared towards parents as well.